First time I'm doing this, so I hope you like the format. So let's go right into your readings. I've pulled out 20 cards, and this is going to also encompass your birthday time. Now, the first thing that is coming through here is the very first card out is the Page of Swords. This is your energy, and this is representative of coming into terms with what it is that we know, what it is that we are, where it is that we are lacking in life experience, and trying to find opportunities in life that will allow us to, I guess, learn or grow. As a very, very challenging year for a lot of you. And I do feel that it's challenging not in a physically restrictive way. It is challenging in a more relationship-oriented way. It is challenging you to step out of your comfort zone, to, expand your emotional depth, to really learn to be expressive about your needs and to demand from other people what it is that you feel that you need, and to really, let your guard down and to allow yourself to feel vulnerable. Now, a lot of you are not comfortable with this, so I do feel that this is something in that has been in the back of your mind, and with the information that came to light in 2015, you're trying to find ways in which you can grow, in which you can strengthen these weaknesses, in which you can, make yourself into a more holistic person. So I definitely feel for a lot of you, it can be expanding your intelligence, expanding your knowledge base, and going out into the world, finding out what it is that really stirs you on a very emotional level, and then, finding opportunities for yourself so that you can connect emotionally with other people, with a job, with things that are in your life, okay? So there's a little bit of a spiritual journey, a little bit of a soul searching coming through for you the first 3 months. And I do sense as well that for a lot of okay, and I feel that for you specifically, you're taking a more realistic approach in that you want to hold back a little bit. You don't want to jump into a situation too soon. You want to hold back, and as soon as whoever it is that is interested in you or that is showing interest in you, it's sort of like, I'll show you mine if you show me yours. And I feel that underlying this new mentality, new approach to relationship is that a lot of you have fallen head over heels in love in the past. And I do feel that you were either A, taken for granted, or you were in a situation where you felt like the other person was taking you for a ride or deceiving you. So moving forward, there's more of a self-defense attitude when it comes to approaching love relationships. And there's more of a, I'll show you mine if you show me yours. I'm not going to put my feelings out there until you can prove to me how you feel about me. So you are, asking these important questions. You're being more realistic come the second quarter of this year, and you're going to approach things not in an overly excited manner. You're going to be a little bit more standoffish, a little bit more aloof before you jump into things. And this can extend across work relationships as well. I definitely feel for those of you looking for work, the second quarter is greatly indicative of new opportunities, new projects, possibly even opportunities to relocate in order to work at a brand new job. And I do feel that you are going to jump into it with excitement, enthusiasm, and you're going to feel quite happy. For a lot of you, you've landed a very lucrative assignment, and this might have been like, battling with a lot of people in order to land that perfect opportunity. But for some reason, you do stand out mainly because you have this energy about you that where you absorb information like a sponge. And specifically, if it is a field of interest of yours, you are able to retain information very well in a very short amount of time. So call it, quick learning, but I do feel that if it's something you're interested in, you're able to absorb the information and you're able to retain it very well. And I feel that your employers in the past have made it like some type of a notification about this ability of yours, and they are basically dwelling on it to your new employers, and as a result, you're getting your foot through the door with the new employment situation. So a lot of people from your past are going to be very instrumental, especially past employers, supervisors, and things like that are going to be very instrumental in propelling you forward in the direction that you want on the career front. Definitely feel there are quite a few romantic prospects coming through for you, quite a few. And the first one that I am getting here is going to be a water sign. So this is Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. The second character that is coming through is going to be an earth element. The earth sign is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And I do feel that for a lot of you, you're going to take a step back. Okay, you're not going to put your feelings out there, because you are still very, you're in self-defense. So regardless of whether or not these people are old or new, I do feel that for about roughly 20% of you, they might be exes. Okay, for others of you, they will be new people. I'm feeling they will be new people. And for those of you, even if they're new people, I feel that they're new people in a sense that you haven't dated them, but you might have known them since the beginning of the year. So they're coming back in, really adamantly pursuing you the second part of the year. And I do feel the water sign comes in first, and then the earth sign comes in very, very quickly on the heels of that water sign. So you can pick and choose here, and I don't feel that there is going to be a shortage of love interests for a lot of you. The first thing I want to say here is that you're in a very good place right now, and you have told yourself that you're not going to play the fool, and you are more than willing to be, in a monogamous, faithful relationship with another person. But you need to make sure, or you would rather want to make sure, that the other person's on the same page as you. So you're very, I would say, you have a very open-minded attitude when it comes to dating, and you're more than willing to, accommodate the other person. If they want a commitment, then you're okay with a commitment. If they want more of a casual relationship, then you're okay with that too. So it's not about giving the person the ultimatum. It's more like you're pretty much open-minded when it comes to whatever life will throw at you on the love front. But you want the other person to be honest and clear, so that there is no confusion, no jealousy, and that, both parties can just have a great time. That's what you really want, just, honesty. And you feel like in the past, people have just been very devious, and they didn't really have that sense of moral obligation to one another. People to just be simple, to say what they mean, and carry through with their actions. You don't want complications, and you're tired of complications. So you just want people to hold true to their words. So that's what's coming through here. And I do feel that when it comes to these two romantic partners, you like them both, and I feel that you might date them both, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I feel that for a lot of you, you are perfectly honest in telling them that, oh, by the way, I am seeing another person, and I like you both very much, and and that's just the way it is. And you're doing that just to let them know that, this is where I stand. Unless you're willing to give me more, then this is just the way things are going to be. So I'm not going to put all my eggs in one basket in order for, just to end up hurt and disappointed and just, broken. So this is where I stand, and that is a very strong, I honestly feel that it is in the spirit of honesty. So I don't feel that there's anything wrong with what you're doing. I don't feel that way. So these two characters are coming through, and I definitely feel that coming in the third quarter of the year, the third quarter of the year. So this is where I feel that one person leaves and the other person stays, okay? It can be two people leaving all at once and a new person comes in for a lot of you. But I definitely feel that the water sign is leaving and the earth sign is staying. Or the water sign is leaving and then there's a new fire sign coming through to take his or her place. So either way, I do feel that there's just a lot of opportunities for dating for a lot of you. We do have here the Queen of Rods and the Queen of Pentacles, and both of these characters indicate somebody who is very financially secure. It's also indicative of whatever, gender you are, Aquarius. I do feel that you are standing very firm in your power. You're not giving your power away. You're not one to compromise unless it is worth it. And you're also approaching life, love, relationships from a very standoffish manner. And I feel that for a lot of you, this might have to do with being on the defense, or even just not putting all your eggs in one basket, having multiple revenue streams, having multiple sources of income, having multiple lovers, or even like branching out and dating multiple people so that you're not, stuck or tied up. So I do feel that for the third quarter of this year, this is the month in which you are kind of reining things in, and you're realizing that, the beginning of the year till now, you were trying to cast a wider net, and then come the third quarter of the year, you are realizing that you have to rein in this energy, that you have to narrow down. And you're not going to have to, make any drastic decisions when it comes to narrowing down your options. But you are definitely realizing that maybe you're overextended when it comes to your energy level, when it comes to your time. So you really want to narrow down the more productive avenues and the more productive channels. So the more productive relationships and the more fruitful, emotionally stable work situation, friendships, and just, all the things that are in your life that you really value at this point, that have been around with you since the second quarter. You're realizing that, okay, I think I'm ready to make more of a commitment. So that's what's coming through for you here, especially I'm sensing in the time when the weather starts getting colder. Okay, so whatever shift that is for you, and depending on your geographical location, I definitely feel that this lack of warmth, like shorter days, longer nights, days transitioning into night, and where that first major shift and that Arctic wind blowing in, I do feel that a lot of you are going to start to realize that, okay, I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready for a commitment. And that's what you're going to have to make a very important decision about. And this can be in work and in love. A lot of you might have projected, that bachelorhood, or even that, non-committed energy, and one person might have wanted more from you, but you knew that you weren't compatible, so you weren't able to give them more, and they left your life. And for a lot of you, you've left their life and you have another person in your midst that you really are very sure that you can be in a committed relationship with. For a lot of you, it might be an earth sign, and the earth signs are Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. For a lot of you, it might be an earth sign. And, this can play out in friendships as well. And I do feel that this is somebody that is kind of giving you a very good advice. And it's also somebody that is nurturing and loving and offers great, great counsel. And they're showing you a way to move forward. And I feel like in their gentle ways, they're telling you that, things are going to be okay, things will get easier. And it's sort of like fake it until you make it. I know that things are a little bit rough for you right now, but you just put one foot in front of the other and you move forward, okay? So the third quarter of this year is very, very transformative. And the third quarter brings about a lot of opportunities and also a lot of crossroads. But I just want you to trust that you have the right information to know how to proceed. And I also want you to trust that when it comes to everything in life, there are opportunity costs. So, great abundance in opportunities comes with opportunity costs. There is a price for everything. The one road that we must take will also eliminate the other option that is in store for us. So that's just the normal way of life. And it's like that sliding door moment where you realize that your life is going to change and you can't really backtrack, okay? So that's something to keep in mind, because I feel like the third quarter is going to be very, very transformative, and a lot of changes are coming through as well. So I definitely feel that it is going to be a very, very fruitful, productive time of the year. I also want to say that when it comes to the last quarter of this year, so that's the last 3-4 months or so, I definitely feel that you are going to end this year on a very, very high note, and you are going to end up in a very good position. And I do feel that I have a lot of wands, swords, and just, it's interesting. I have wands and then pentacles and then swords, and then we end up with the magician. So the magician is the synthesis of all of these different elements. The only thing that's missing from the cards are the water signs, the cup energies. So I do feel that you started out at the beginning of the year wanting to compromise, wanting to work at the relationship, and wanting to put more emphasis in, trying to connect with somebody on a more emotional level. But then, and, humbling yourself so that you can absorb all of life's lesson, you're starting to realize that, I am actually in a very emotionally stable place. I tend to think too much with my mind. I have flaws like everybody else. But when it comes to love, I know where I stand. I am taking a no nonsense approach when it comes to love. I'll match the other person, whatever it is that they're willing to give me, I'll match them in return. So I am actually very emotionally balanced. And this is something that was on the back of your mind. You had the emotional stability all along. It just require a very specific type of person to activate that within you. And that is somebody that you can, we go halfway around the world and we end up exactly where we began. So it's like things coming full circle. You're realizing that, wow, I've been through a lot this month or this year, and I'm realizing that, I've grown in every aspect, and that I am just, like many others, we are all trying to find our paths in life, and I'm okay. There's nothing about me that is inherently lacking. It's just we are all people. We need to approach situations and relationships in different way. So I definitely feel that, the last 4 months of the year is going to be a very, very kind of like loose ends, tying up loose ends, a lot of celebrations. And I also feel that financial payouts and things like that, you really want to make sure you're diligent about taking care of all of your responsibilities. And I don't feel you're going to have any type of challenges coming through. It's going to be that major, major shift where some type of relationship is being taken to the next level. We are transitioning from a period of fun and innocence into passion, completion, and cooperation. So I definitely feel some relationship, work partnership, or romantic relationship is being solidified in a way that is going to allow you are very stable. The third quarter is very transformative, but the last 4 months is very, very stable. I want you to also be very vigilant when it comes to letting people borrow your things, letting people borrow your ideas. Be very wary about intellectual property, theft, and things like that. I also feel as well that there is going to be a lot more communication as well coming through regarding mother figures, like maternal figures in your life. This can be aunts, mothers, grandmothers, um, people like a very strong feminine energy that acts as a caretaker in your life. There might be just extended communication coming through from this person coming in the fourth quarter. There might be communication, travel back and forth between you and this person. And I do feel that if it has been it might have been a potentially contentious, difficult, mend this relationship in your life. And it is something that you're more than happy to be able to do. And the other person is going to show you what it means to really love on an unconditional level. So there's a very important lesson here that can come through, and it comes through from the people that love us the most, okay? I do feel, going back to this reading, some of the few months that you want to be very careful about when it comes to, just troublesome things or energies that can affect you on a cosmic level is the first is big plans, and what you see is not what you get, okay? So there is this larger than life facade that they are coming in with, and it is really important for you to look past the veneer and to ask those questions. And I do feel that you have a very keen sense of you have very keen intuition, and you are a good judge of character. So don't let the intelligence sweep you off your feet. And this can play out in a work situation as well with coworkers. And I don't feel it's much of a romantic partnership, but I definitely feel that you want to be careful about, the glitz and the glamour. A little bit problematic and might be potentially difficult. Is going to be interesting because this time is also when the sun is in the constellation of Leo. It is also the time when historically, traditionally, the planet, your ruling planet, is starts to go into retrograde. So Uranus is feel that it comes with relationships, like trusting somebody, opening yourself up, or you're starting to, open yourself up, and then they do something to disappoint you. The important thing to handle this energy is explain yourself. Explain to the other person why their actions upset you. I do feel that they didn't mean it. I do feel that I don't feel there's misunderstanding. There was just never, any ground rules that were laid. So it's really important for you to just explain yourself. If you're feeling hurt, try to verbalize your feelings, your emotions, and give your emotions a voice so that it doesn't happen again. Okay, the other person didn't mean it. So I feel like it's a little bit of feeling a little bit rejected, or feeling as if you are imposing upon somebody, or feeling a little bit estranged from somebody. But then I definitely have the star card coming in right after it. So some healing is going to take place. So it's sort of like a blessing in disguise, so that you can, achieve something else. So for example, it could be getting turned down for a job and then realizing another job is with a better company is coming in or has accepted you. So it's a very good month in general, and I feel that whenever one door closes, another one will open for you. It's one of those things, but the new door that is opening up for you is going to be even much more, it's even more fruitful. It will bring better opportunity, a very empowering time frame for a lot of you. So it is going to be a very good year. And I do hope that you enjoy yourself with your family, your loved ones, and you take care of yourself for 2016. So thank you so much for watching. I wish you the best, Aquarius. I'll talk to you soon.